Okay, so here we are at our demo site. It's just a WordPress installation I installed. You're going to build pages and all kinds of stuff, but first things first, here's your dashboard. You get a lot of stuff we don't want to see or ever care about, so we can dismiss that. We get these things, I don't know if we care about this or not, but a lot of people don't realize that these can be moved around and can be moved to different places. The other thing that can happen is they can actually be turned off. So WordPress news, I never want to see that again. Quick draft, don't care. Quick stats, don't care. I can turn on or off as many of these things as I want in the screen options. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to take a look here at the basic theme behind it. It's under appearance, but themes. WordPress comes with a bunch of different themes. Um, the stock one, and I'm just going to open this in a new tab so you can see it. But here's our home page right now. If I activated the 2017 theme, it's a completely different skin for the outside of the site. If I refresh the page, it's a totally different look. It's not at all the same. Uh, 2016, 2015, so these are, well, we'll just activate this one. It's got a sidebar menu, it's a little different animal. Okay, so we have our home page and our menus on the side instead of on the top, and there's thousands of themes, all kinds of themes all over the place. But I like simple themes that allow us to build what we want and aren't clogged up with a bunch of crap. So Simple Bootstrap is one of those simple themes. And if we look at what I've got going so far, I've got some settings in here. Here it says customize, also says customize here. It's the same thing. I can customize the theme. And in doing so, it opens up what's called the customizer. Site identity, demo site, defining original design. This is where this content comes from and shows up. Colors. Background color is a big one. If I wanted a site that was all black or whatever, I could monkey with this until I got it whatever I wanted just right. But a lot of times I use white. I'd have to hit save in order to do something with that. I'm not going to. Header image, that's this guy right here. I can hide the image, add a new image, manage the images there. Background image. This is an awful thing that looks like crap and sort of looks silly. It's not really done today at all. You can manage the position of it and all kinds of stuff. Almost never have a background image. Menus. You can manage your menus here, but I don't like doing that. Widgets, same thing. I wouldn't do that. Static front page. That tells us what the home page is, which page. I could make any page the home page if I wanted to. I could make any page the blog post page if I wanted to. Additional CSS. These are cascading style sheets. This is code stuff. We're not going to be doing any code stuff. Okay, so let's look at some basic things. I'm going to make a page in WordPress, and it's going to be called test, and I already made it. But if I look at the front of this site, there's a menu. There's no test. I don't know how to get to that thing. So I just made that page test, and I like it in the menu up here. So what I'm going to do is go to Appearance, Menus. Some sites will have more than one menu. Some will have just one. The important part is I can see this is the main menu. And this is the structure of the main menu right here. Home, blog, this sub page with 3 pages under it, and log out. Here it is, ding ding, this with 3 under it, and log out. Now you'll notice that if I move this over here and hit save menu, that about the test will no longer have 3 sub items. Refresh my page. It will now have 2, and sample page is at the top level. If I want to move sample page under, I just drag it over and hit save. Theoretically, I could make this a sub of a sub of a sub. That doesn't work on a lot of templates, so you usually want to have just a parent and one child. We don't want to have multiple layers dragging out. Anyway, we originally came here because we have this new page test and we want to add it. And there it sits. If I didn't see it here, sometimes I don't because it's most recent, I can hit view all. Then I just got all the pages. And they're in order. And there's a bunch of pages here. And test is the one. Add to menu. There it is. Don't want it last. I want it second to last. Or second, I should say. So I can drag it up here and make sure it sits right where I want it. And hit save. Now when I go back here and refresh this, we've got our about the test. There are three things under it, but here test is right there, right where we expected it to be. Home and the name of the site is also, you'll notice, is a link to home on most of these. But anyway, our menu now can have whatever we want. Now, those are pages. We want to add pages, that's all great. But what if I just want to add a post? Like the Some Ideas post. I want to add that to my menu. I'm going to go straight to it. What if somebody says, hey, can you put a link to Google on there as well? You say, absolutely, buddy. I just go to google.com. And I'm going to call this search. I'm going to add that to menu. Search, there it is. It's a custom link. Save menu. I'm going to go back and look, see what I got going here. Okay, Some Ideas. That's the post I just added. Beautiful. Search. Hey, it goes to Google. Nice. Let's see here. One of the things I should mention is that the client then calls and says, I don't want to leave my site. They go to Google and it leaves my site behind. I want to open a new tab and do that. Well, I go back to search and I can open this thing up. And, well, they're supposed to, there it is. Menu setting, no. Why is there not a setting for that? There's supposed to be. Weird. There's supposed to be a setting for whether or not it opens in a new. Alright, well, who knows what's going on. Tell them tough luck, I guess, for now. The other thing I can do is categories. So if I want to see all blog posts of a certain category, I can add a category to the menu. So that's it, right? Pages. So things I can add to the menu. Pages, posts, custom links, categories. That's all my choices, right? No, it's not. I can go back up to our friends at Screen Options, and I can also look at tags. Or if I don't want to have custom links and categories and posts and tags, maybe I just want pages to show there. I don't know. I'm easily disturbed by extra stuff, so I just can't handle it. But I can go up here and sometimes there'll be other things. If this had e-commerce products on it, then products would be another type we could add here. Show advanced menu properties, link target. That's us. So what happens then? Remember I said search? Open a new tab. That allows me to make sure that I can select the link target as a menu property. So for this baby, I want search in a new tab. Now, refresh this page. Now when I hit search, leaves me on the website, opens up a new tab and goes to Google. Much better. Customer's happy. We've done what they wanted. So that's in general how we manage things in the menu, how we add something to the menu. The last thing I'll show you today is settings. There's general settings in WordPress, and the name of the site, the URL location, you want to mention that, new user default role, whether or not people can register. Some more commonly used ones are like time zone. If I know these guys are in California, I may go and say Los Angeles. A lot of other stuff here. Some of the other common settings are discussion. Yes.
Hello.
Okay, we're back here. Settings, discussion. It's an important one. Allow people to post comments on new articles. A lot of times that's turned off. We don't want people commenting on things. It's only really used for blogs. There's some other settings, things like permalinks. These actually set up the URL structure. So when we look at a page like this, it says demo some ideas as opposed to some weird post number or whatever. Um, so there's some different settings in here and things that generally control plugins. This is where all the plugins happen. So that Beaver Builder thing that you're using, I installed that at plugins. There's other plugins installed here, some different things. WordPress forms for the mail form. I could add new plugins if I wanted to. This is where people go nuts and do all kinds of dumb stuff. But plugins, maybe I want to add a video to my site. So I don't know how to do that. I can load plugins all day long that allow me to do weird stuff with video or whatever. So this is kind of the devil's work over here. This is where a lot of problems happen. So at least initially, there's some plugins that you'll be using that are included, but we're not going to be doing a lot of those. One of the big things, media. You've already been in the media gallery and you've seen the fact that there's a lot of stuff in the media gallery. Basically, an image is here. You can add captions to images, alt text descriptions. We don't do a lot of any of that stuff, but that's what the media gallery is. You know that there's posts. You know that there's pages. Comments is another thing. So if people have commented and then there's blogs and comments, there's comments here that you can actually manage. We can either spam them or trash them or approve them or whatever, so people can handle their comments. Otherwise, pretty much everything is where you see it. The last thing I'll cover is widgets. So appearance, again, every template has widgets. Widgets are places. So right here is a widget on any page that has a main area, and a sidebar has widgets. There's a search widget loaded on this page and a blog link to blog articles widget. If I go back to widgets, I can see that here's the search. There it is. And here's the blog. Number of posts to show 5. Maybe I want to make that 10. Hit save. And that controls this content right here. So the other thing that could happen is maybe I say, you know what, we also want to have, who knows what we want to have. Newsletter form registration. So I'm going to throw that baby in there. And now on the sidebar of every page, we have subscribe to your newsletter. And there's some configurations sometimes. I can change templates. I can say sign up today, and it'll overwrite. Instead of saying new title right there, it'll actually say sign up today. Same thing with the blog. I could put our blog, and then instead of blog here, it'll say our blog. So you can say I don't want a dumb search in there. I can just go delete, goodbye, and I go back, and there's no search there anymore. All right, and then they call back and say, no, we want the search after all. We got to have the search. That's fine. I can find over here my widget search, drag it up there, hit save. Our friendly search is back. Okay, so there's some footer widget spaces also. So I can throw some stuff in here. Custom menu. I could actually duplicate the main menu in there. I can also throw categories in there. Displays a drop down. Why not? Recent posts. Sure, why not? Save. When I throw those in the footer and I refresh my page, I can see here that here's the menu. Here's the categories drop down thing. Here's the recent posts. Looks like I got room for one more thing. I guess I can maybe put a tag cloud in there. Who doesn't love a tag cloud? So this is a kind of a silly thing that basically allows me to pick posts by tags based on their relevance. Who cares, right? But anyway, it's a here's a blog feed. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4 footer columns. Still got room on the sidebar, so I can throw stuff in the widgets all day long. There's also a left sidebar. I can save things if I decide I don't want to use the tag cloud for a while. I don't want to delete it. I can throw it over here in inactive widgets. That way later on I can put it somewhere if I want to. And that gets rid of our friendly tag cloud. No longer there. So in general, we have the content area on pages that have sidebars. Don't be confused. This is not a sidebar. This is actually built with Page Builder this way to look like a sidebar. On pages that have sidebars, we have the main area and we have widget areas. And sometimes there's even widget areas in the header. So there can be widget areas anywhere, but those are just places that if you want something on every page on the sidebar, that's where we can put it. So that's the basics of WordPress. Get you started.